Welcome back, troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. We've got an unboxing day today. Looks like 3 guitars, a sponsored unboxing, and just a little something I purchased from Sweetwater. Let's go ahead and start with this thing. This is really lightweight. I hope it's safe to open these packages. The world is a scary place right now. I don't know if it's just a bunch of fear-mongering, but hey, I'm sure we'll all get through it in a roundabout way. Oh, and apparently YouTube will demonetize you if you even say what we're even talking about. Current events aside, let's see what we've got inside this really light package. Oh man, somebody says I rock. Thank you, you rock too. Thank you everybody for watching the channel. It's been growing a lot. I'm sorry I've been missing some uploads lately. Things beyond my control as well as timing issues, but hey, we'll keep powering through. This is a consignment piece. I kind of feel bad because I've had this guitar for nearly a month, just waiting for its spot to open up within the unboxing series, so you'll be able to see this one on my Reverb page right after this if you're interested in it. I would have liked to have done a full review and demo on this guitar, but I'm just so far behind, I gotta make sure I'm keeping my promise to all the people that I have promises out to. 1, 2, 2.5, 3. So inside here is the final mini guitar that this guy is planning on selling. But is it an official Fender? Oh. Is this... I'm confused now. I wasn't expecting a Fender gig bag. Is this my tenor Telecaster? Let's find out. Whatever it is, it's a mini Telecaster. Let's take a look here. It's very well padded. This is one of the mini Fender varieties. You know, there's something about this that is really quirky and I like it because it feels like Fender quality. Like it has that typical really glossy finish to it. It's got a very Fender-esque headstock. I guess you could consider that as a bad thing sometimes, that it's like too Fender-like. But based on first impressions, I'm actually pretty impressed with this thing. I really like the wood grain that's going on here. I know it's some discoloration that probably wouldn't be accepted within a Fender official product, but you know, all this waviness, it just looks cool to me. It's got a nice glossy finish, as we were talking about. Decent sized neck. I would call this like a C neck profile. Pretty chunky for a guitar of this size. And it's kind of got the whole Telecaster Deluxe vibe going on. So it's another one of those speak up things. But we're also going to include like an Epiphone pickup if you want to swap that out. As it looks like we have a Seymour Duncan of some sorts in there. That's actually a humbucker in single coil format. There we go. Is that a little mouse? That's funny. So I was told that happens if you have the volume all the way up. Moving on here, we have our sponsored unboxing. So as usual, you have a chance to win one of these. Just check out all the rules and details in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. But today we have a sponsor from Kima Fun. I believe these guys sell on Amazon, so you'll actually be able to check out their Amazon link to learn a little bit more about their products, as well as my quick little demonstration. So what we've got going on here today is a wireless system. And I'm not 100% sure, so we're gonna have to kind of take a look at this. So wireless guitar system, brand new. So right out of the box, you get this nice little carrying case. I mean, it's not like a hard case or anything, but it's definitely gonna protect it. And inside here, it's just looks like a pretty simple wireless transmitter system. So we've got our transmitter as well as the receiver. And apparently all we have to do is plug our receiver into our amp and then this into our guitar, and then it should just magically work. You don't have to have a cable at all. Let's see if we have any other goodies in here. Looks like this is our charging port for when you need to charge them. That's about the only downside to a wireless system, is you either have to use batteries or a charger. I like that it actually is the charger variety instead of batteries, but I could see why some people might also prefer batteries. Oh, that's a nice little feature too. You got these like little lanyards that you can put on them. That's a nice little touch. And in order to do that, all you gotta do is put it through like that, and then that just goes straight through over top and then just kind of naturally ties itself on there. So let's see how these things work. We'll go grab a guitar and an amp. All right, so we got a 1961 Gibson Skylark amp here. These are like basically Gibson's version of the Champ amp from Fender. I thought it kind of looked cool. I bought this like 5-6 years ago, probably for about 500 bucks. Kind of seems wrong to use such future technology on a vintage amp. Okay, so a receiver goes into your amp, and we select our channel to make sure everything's lining up. Do the same for this one. And we've got our Fender lead. Okay, I guess that's one thing you could think about if you have a top-loading one. It might look a little bit goofy sticking off of your guitar, but something that just has it on the side, it would look no different than a regular thing. So now the million-dollar question, does it work? That's over there. I'm right here. Guess it might help if I turn the volume up. Cool. That's freaky. I had purchased a different wireless system a long time ago, but when I stopped using it was the battery thing. But since this one is just fully rechargeable, I think I would actually be able to use this. That's cool. I like it. So you can check them out on Amazon. I'll put all the links in the description, and hopefully whoever wins one of these Kima Fun wireless transmitters will have a great time with it. I think my favorite use for something like this is sometimes guitars, they have it hidden in the back. So if you could plug one of those in there, you just freak people out because your guitar wouldn't be plugged in. Next up here, there's a very large package, which I'm not quite sure what's in this one. We've got a couple of interesting used guitars today. I think this might have been my Reverb kind of late night buy, kind of in a way. And it was of a model that I did not even realize existed. But I had heard of something else from this guy. Let's see, is it that one? Nope, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get this stuff out. Oh, we've got lots of stickers here. It was funny, Jake, the guy I returned his Les Paul Custom to, when I showed him his original case that had all the stickers, he's like, oh, why did I put all those stickers on there? Looks like Denver, Colorado, Sweet Action Ice Cream, Nectar Bee, Tree Lime. Looks like more ice cream. This dude loved ice cream. Got a taco sticker. Yeah, this thing has definitely led an interesting life. I mean, heck, this guy swam with sharks. Let's see what's in here, though, because that's what we're most worried about. Whoa. Did you guys see that? Jeez. Okay, this was not the guitar I thought I was unboxing. It was a different SG I was thinking of. Wow. Okay, so everybody has wanted me to do a Diablo SG, right? Because they're kind of freaky carved top SGs. This is like the closest thing to that, next to like the Zoot Suits that I've done. This is something along the lines of an SG Supreme, I believe, where it's still a Gibson USA made product. And they just kind of built off of that Diablo design, Zoot Suit design, whatever you want to call it, and gave them fancy flame tops. So it's just kind of an interesting one that I thought I would pick up for a full review and documentation, because you don't really see that many reviews on these types of guitars. And honestly, I think it's because a lot of people don't realize that they're even out there. Something seems very wrong here, though. Like, this doesn't seem bad, but the action's like ridiculous. Like seriously, take a look at this action. That's like really high. Oh geez. Oh, it's always so hard to show you guys this. This is why that seems so bad. The neck is just a complete banana. Let's see, was this guy trying to scam me? Because he was very, very, very adamant in his description. 0 returns. That doesn't cover you if your truss rod's already maxed out, though. I'm sure it's just a setup thing here, but let's take a look real quick. Good, okay. Nobody's maxed that out. I don't even think they've touched it. This will probably take a day or two to get to where it's supposed to be. I don't see how somebody could sell a guitar like that, though. I would never send a neck out that ridiculously bowed. I mean, maybe if the guy was like trying to play some slide on it, that would have been beneficial, but other than that, I don't see why. Oh yeah, that's already miles better. We just need to dial a little bit more down here and I think we'll be good to go. And just to clear up any confusion that I might just cause, the truss rod is not what you adjust to get your action down. That's mainly the job of the bridge, but occasionally there can be so much relief that just makes the action look ridiculously high. So once you straighten that out, that's what gives the illusion that you've lowered your action. But it does show that nobody ever played this thing. That's pretty evident by the condition of it as well. Now let's go ahead and see what I bought from Sweetwater. I recently got a few things from these guys. This is nothing that you guys are going to be super interested about. It's just something I bought to have for my parts drawer because that Sparkle Top Deluxe needed a little something something. And because I wanted some candy. Unfortunately, only one Laffy Taffy. It's those and the Bitto Honeys that I like. The other things, not that in love with. But I picked up some Gibson strap buttons. I think these were like $3 a piece. It's well worth it just to have the screws in case I need to replace something. But it looks like I got 2 gold and 2 chrome just to have around because, hey, why not? And then there's one last unboxing to do today. So this thing was literally just delivered about an hour or so ago, but I decided to swap out a different guitar for this one because I wanted to try my new review and demo style with that one, where I unbox it and then review it all in the same episode, because it's kind of a guitar I don't normally talk about. But this one is something that I'm not even going to do the review on. I think this started as a private help session, but then I just ended up buying it because he's like, well, it's just more worth it to send it on to you as an easy sale than try to do all the other stuff with people on Reverb, eBay, stuff like that. So we've got lots of padding in here, but it's still moved around a lot. Just as a quick little critique here, what he forgot to do was protection on this side of it. That would have stopped it from moving and would have been a much more secure travel. But I'm sure it'll be just fine. As long as guitars don't get severely mishandled in transit, they're a little bit more resilient than people actually give them credit to be. But inside here, we have a Gibson USA product. And it's, you know, one of the last good standards until 2020. Nice, that is a great top. I believe, if I remember correctly, this is like a 2004. And I say it's one of the last good standards because in late 2006, they started doing the whole chambering and other weight relief, whereas these guys still had just the 9-hole weight relief, which is what most people prefer. People actually prefer solid bodies and they just think that the other ones are solids. But no, since 1983, pretty much every Les Paul has had 9-hole weight relief besides, you know, limited edition runs or things that are spec'd out as complete solid bodies. But yes, this is a 2004, kind of early in the year, and it has a spectacular top. I mean, look at this thing. It's got what I like. It's got that super wide wavy flame to it. So this is very similar in comparison to like one of the 2020, 2019 50s standards. The neck, it's pretty rounded. You usually have to look in here. It'll tell you if it was a 50s or 60s neck. Honestly, they're pretty similar. It just comes down to how it feels. It's not like beefy when it's 50s. It's just a little bit more rounded. But as far as a USA production line guitar goes, you can find some really nice ones. I was not expecting this. This is another one of those ones that has like a quilty back to it. I've had ones from this era that had flamed mahogany backs, as well as one that was quilty. This was a spectacular find. Wow. I was not expecting this part. I just thought it had a nice top to it. This is a premium guitar. So you can check this guy out on Reverb. I don't know, this one might have just bought itself a review and demo with its back, because these are just beautiful guitars. Well, let's go ahead and move on to some boxing. Our first one to pack up and say goodbye to is one from the New Guitar Day program. It is the Strat, the official Strat. It kind of annoyed me in that video. I accidentally kept calling it a Stratocaster, even though this is the one Strat that is technically only a Strat, because it's something completely different from a regular Stratocaster. It's just kind of a hard habit to break, because I like to mix up the words I use as best as I can in my videos so it doesn't get stale when I'm talking about them. But yeah, this was an interesting guitar. Not my favorite. I'm not a big Floyd Rose guy, and honestly, it's making me really worried about the whole Tom Morello Stratocaster, but I don't know, I like the Tom Morello stuff, so we'll see how that one goes when it eventually gets released. Oh, and I gave many people a heart attack with my glary prank. It was just too good of an opportunity not to do it, because the guitars were very, very similar looking. Next up, we have to pack this guitar and send it on to its new home. So this is the Joan Jett Signature Melody Maker. I've been wanting to try one of these for such a long time because I thought if any of them was going to get the 65 reissue specs of these guys right, it would be this one. But unfortunately, no, it kind of had some modernized specs to it. But that really got me thinking that maybe Gibson should do a 50s, 60s, and 70s Melody Maker in their original collection. Now, I'll kind of explain that for you guys. So a 50s Melody Maker would refer to like the 59. It would basically be a Les Paul with just a single cutaway shape, but it would have a single coil pickup in it. Now, hopefully they would do like a fat stack or something, so it's like really a humbucker that you could coil split or something, but that would be interesting. And then the 60s, I would prefer it if they did the true fish-shaped 65 Melody Maker. We're kind of skipping over that whole double cut shape. And then a 70s Melody Maker, I could see that being a big seller. Now, calling it a 70s Melody Maker, it's a little bit of a stretch. I mean, there were a few made in 1970. It's more so akin to like 1967, but the SG shape, that thing would be killer. Because those are kind of cool guitars that I don't think have ever been properly reissued. Or maybe they should skip out on the single cuts and just go for the double cutaway. I don't know, maybe we'll see it. They'll eventually get bored and have to do something interesting, but it was great to finally check this one out. The last Joan Jett signature that I have to track down is the Blackhearts model. And the last one that we have to pack up and say goodbye to today is another one, a part of the New Guitar Day program, the Slash Les Paul Standard. I really love the way that this thing looks after I oiled that fretboard, because when I got it, I mean, it wasn't overly dry or anything, but it just kind of turned to this dark, almost ebony-like color, so matching that with this kind of dark red finish. The aesthetics of this guy, they definitely grew on me. I was a little unsure at first because it wasn't entirely what I was expecting, but I'm definitely interested in checking out the custom shop version of this one whenever it does come out. Thank you, Troglodytes, for tuning into this Boxing and Unboxing Day. Don't forget to put your entry in to win one of the Kima Fun wireless guitar systems, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.